You know, my son is a miracle. Professor John Chappell operated on him. You know,
wow. Yeah.
God is good.
Yes.
God is good.
And his experience has influenced you on so many different ways, and even in the work that you do today, right? Tell us how that experience, you know, you're an incredible executive and sort of a leadership coach and so much more. You've owned and managed companies of all kinds, and we'll talk about that. You're involved in humanitarian causes and a lot of wonderful things. But how has that experience, personal experience with your son, sort of framed some of what you do and believe in and how you go about it all?
Jim, it really was the event that changed my life completely. You know, when you have trials, your faith is tested.
Yes.
And also, you know, with various crises that I've had, it puts everything into perspective. I often, you know, when things are going well and I'm riding a high wave,
right.
I always remember that that experience, you know, has to actually lead my thoughts, my resilience, and the gratitude that I feel, you know, gratitude for that miracle life.
What was the writing process like when you wrote the book?
It was fast because
Was it really?
all the stories were so vivid in my mind. It was very fast. Obviously, there's some stories that are not in there, but I wanted to put, you know, some humor. I wanted to put the drama. I definitely wanted to tell my parents' story because it's a love story of note.
Yeah, it says the truth, it is brutal, it needs to be shared. That's very important. All of us need that, right?
Yes.
Sometimes we
Yes.
bottle everything up and we don't express when we really need to express certain emotions, certain things that we just hold in, right? And then one day it can explode.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And everyone has a story to tell.
Yes.
And stories have the power to heal, to teach. You know, stories are very powerful.
They
and
are.
You see that now.
A real woman with testicular fortitude. That is a chapter. It is.
Yes.
You can find it on page 73.
With the head of sponsorship of the bank, Graham, and I was delighted that I was going to meet, you know, the CEO of Old Mutual, and he introduced me as a real woman with testicular fortitude. Now, I was horrified, so I just carried on. We finished the meeting and we walked out, and I said, "What was that?" And he said, "Tina, it's a compliment." I said, "What?" I said, "First of all, what is a real woman?" Okay. And second of all, he said, in our weekly status meetings, you're always so calm. You're very elegant. You know, we used to, some of the women who come and meet with us that pound the table.
You're right in there, yeah.
And that, of course, also gave me insight because, sadly, a lot of senior women substitute aggression for assertiveness, and it's not necessary. Obviously, from that day, I thought I now need to make a point of being very feminine. I put on big earrings and wore florals. And
Lots of pink.
But that's, you know, he thought he was complimenting me, and I said, that's a very backhanded compliment.
That's a little bit different, yeah. It's a little
He
bit
said,
different.
you're strong, you get things done, but, you know, you're a real woman. I said, now we've got to discuss this real woman thing.
Right, right.